Hello, everybody. Oops, I gotta put my other microphone on. Hey, Alicia, how are you? Miss T, hi. Okay, is this working? Can you hear me okay? Julie, hello. Thank you. 72. We were like 60 at something like that today. I didn't even look at. I was just working right through everything. Let me see what it says here. Grammy Karen, hello. Matt and Sarah, yay. Guys here. Oh, we're 46 now, so we've dropped. We were up to 57, it says, but I'm not sure. You guys are having some moderating issues here. You take, it says. Interesting. Well, I hope things end up working out. I had to, sorry about my notice getting out late. YouTube wasn't recognizing my camera, and so I had to reboot my whole system and pull up all of my Gmail accounts to be able to get into, I've got 3 of them, and to finally get to my YouTube, my Northstar Prepsteader Gmail. And so, because that's one that I go live on, and so it's, you know, it takes like 15 or 20 minutes to get all that stuff done, and then getting out of all of my other programs, and it's a headache. So, well, thank you, Alicia. I'm talking about my 30-minute notice, you know, that I usually try to send out a half hour ahead of time. So, hey, Sunflower Mom, Henry's Honey, hello. Good to see you guys. Very good to see you. Okay, Julie, that's really strange. Interesting. Let me know if that happens with anybody else here. So hopefully we don't have issues here. But it has been so beautiful. Matt and Sarah, what were your temps today? I mean, I saw you out in your greenhouse and everything, and I know that you guys are planting, getting things ready. It was 90 degrees in your greenhouse, and you're still in hoodies. But I know you had to go outside, though. But no, that you would have been planting days ago, though, right? Hey, Erica, how are you? How to garden? Hello. I don't know, maybe you need to log out of everything, Alicia, and log back in or something. Sometimes that has something to do with it. So 56 today was beautiful. Yep, certainly was. Oh, hold on, I'm going to put this other light on. I don't blind myself. There we go. Just provides a little bit better light. Hey, Barefoot Adventures. Hello. You started last week. Okay. So you are growing all of your onions from seed? Oh, and Julie, I wanted to ask you too. I forgot about that. Are you growing all your onions from starts or from seeds? Dave, hello. How are you? Good to see everybody here. Good to see everyone here. Yeah, we are above normal temps. I mean, literally 2 weeks ago, our high was 18 below 0 Fahrenheit. And we're in 1 week later, it was 42 as our high. And then today was like 60 our high. And it's like, I still think winter's going to be coming back at some point because we're only at the beginning of March. And I think that's, thanks, Dave. Okay. So, yeah. I think I'm going to start my onion seeds because they took a long time last year. I remember I started them like mid-April or something, and they were still little by the time I needed to plant them. So I'm going to start them probably around the 15th of March this year. And then, yeah, fake spring, exactly. Good evening, Eli. I know that's my fault. I didn't get it out in early enough. I had to reboot my system, and I don't think it got out to everybody in time. So, hey, Bonnie, hello. How are you doing? Yeah, so I think I'm going to start my onion seeds. I haven't purchased any sets yet, so I don't know if I'm going to do that yet or not. We'll see how the seeds work. But my lettuce is doing very, very well. So let me look at this romaine. Ta-da! Look at this, guys. And I haven't really done anything more to it. Just water and feed it. I missed one night of light, I think, this time. I had to be gone to care for my dad Friday and Saturday, so I just left the light on the whole time. So it got like, 36 hours of light. Oh, it was good. Yeah, I know that they just took a long time, and from Lynn, from everybody else's that I saw when they were transplanting them, they were pretty hardy already. And last year mine were just like super itty bitty thin. So thanks, Lynn. A little bit, Dave, but they will get going right away, but they take a long time to get solid enough, I guess you could say, before you put them in the garden. At least they did for me. Now, maybe I had them in the wrong type of container to start them. So I might try something different this year, maybe something deeper, as I had them in the trays that I have the lettuce in right now. So, hi, Ray. Romaine. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you are new here. Thank you so much for coming. Northern Illinois. Yeah, not too far away from me, that's for sure. So I'll see how the onions end up working. I need to plant. Last year I planted them really close together, and I just kind of like, just dumped them on in the container. But I'm going to be a little bit more careful. But last year was the first time I did them from seed. I've always done them from the sets, and they just didn't get very big. But anyway. Okay, Alicia, well, that's good. Maybe that's just, sometimes some things just hang up in there, and just little glitches, and it's all it needs is a rebooting. So then the rest of my seeds, I'm going to plan on starting April 1st inside. Not direct sowing any, but my seed starts. So that time is going to be coming upon me before I know it. So what is it, the 8th today? So one more week, I have to start the onions, and then 2 weeks after that, I start the others. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to look through my herbs, though. There might be some that I'll have to start earlier, so I'll have to check on that. Thank you, Dave. You know what? I didn't get to my mailbox, so it might even be there. Thanks for letting me know. I'll go and check that out tomorrow. Julie, that's very well could be. Onions sown too close together. If you have trouble separating the roots, I can swish them in water. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, Eli, that's a good good reminder. Yes, the needy homesteader. I would imagine everybody knows at this point, but she and her family were in a really bad car accident, and her husband was killed. It was a head-on collision with a drunk driver, and she's in rehab right now. She was just really severely critically injured, and so she's trying to get her her strength back and everything. She had both broken arms, 6 broken ribs, 1 crushed leg that she calls it her bionic leg now because it's got everything in there. And then the opposite foot was broken. So all 4 limbs were broken. She had a brain injury. Just really severe. Both her kids had broken bones, so and lacerations. So, they have a GoFundMe account, and you can get it from, if somebody wants to find that. Okay, Alicia, I did not know what the results were on that. So yes, and if you Kristen with Henry's Honey, very good point too, that if you can't afford to give anything, just run her videos and get her minutes going, get her hours up. So do that. So that's something you could do, especially if you don't have any way to give online or something. But they are, let me look at, I keep her GoFundMe open here. So they're at 432,000 plus. So yeah, it's a great, and that's a homesteading community that has come together to help them out. So if you can go there, that would be great. If one of my mods wants to find that GoFundMe link or her channel or something, and anybody wants to know that, that would be great. There have been fake accounts put up there, not hers. Oh, she did post a video yesterday. I didn't get that one. Interesting. Okay. That would be a good reason, Bonnie. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a massive tragedy, massive. But yes, there are a lot of fake accounts out there, and her son Jake talks about that on her GoFundMe page that he put up a couple days ago. Okay, Erica, you didn't know about that? Yeah. So thank you, Matt, for putting that up. Oh, it was on her Facebook page. Okay. Yeah, Lynn, I agree. Absolutely. So anyway, I thank you guys for getting that. I really appreciate that. In fact, I've got it right here. There's that's her GoFundMe if you want that directly there. So that would be great. You guys are awesome. And even if it's $3 that you can give or something like that, or like I said, just watch her videos, or do both. Just get them going, because he was the sole breadwinner before, and now it's all on her, and she's got months of rehab to take care of. So yep, you're right, Bonnie. So that was so great. Oh, that is so wonderful. She's got great videos too on canning and cooking for that part of homesteading. It's just so great. Oh, that's okay. I put it up so now you can use that one if you can. Okay, thank you, Julie. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't know if I can. I'm going to try to copy that and save it later so I can go see it. Alrighty. Thank you guys for doing that. Oh, Grammy Karen, I thought you were in before. You were up here for a long time. Huh, interesting. There's just all kinds of weird things happening today. So, anyway, do you guys want to hear about, you want to talk bee balm first or squash first? I'll let you guys decide tonight. So, yeah, it is being glitchy tonight, so. Let me see here. Squash. Okay. So last year was kind of my first year that I grew squash. I did some butternut squash, and and Kristen wants bee balm. Alicia wants bee balm. We need a couple more in here. What do you guys want? Davis squash. Okay. We've got 2 squash, 2 bee balm. You'll take whatever. All right. Okay. Well, we'll do bee balm then first. So anyway, bee balm, there's 2 different kinds actually of bee balm, or 2 main varieties, I should say. One is like a scarlet bee balm that you mostly see in garden perennial beds. It is a perennial. And then there's one bee balm that's called wild bergamot, and that's the one I have the seeds here. Let me see. Can you see that okay? Wild bergamot. And this one I got from Fruition Seeds. Thanks, Karen. That's very sweet. So it is native, it is medicinal, and it is a perennial. And that's what it looks like. Almost like a clover type of flower that's there. I'm pointing to it with my cursor like you guys can see it. Yeah. All right. So it's 60 days to maturity. It grows 3 to 4 feet tall. It is perennial to zone 3. It likes full sun or part shade. So they're delicious. They're edible. The medicinal blooms. Butterflies love them, and a lot of different pollinators. So it's another great pollinator. So Dave, you might need to add this to your garden too, unless you already have it in there. So 60 days. Seed after frost, late May to early June. You barely cover the seed depth. Says you should transplant it. Plant spacing after thinning is 1 foot. Alicia, I don't know. You'll have to check. I think there are different companies that carry this. It's a pretty common herb, but this one is Fruition Seeds, so you'd have to look that up. We grew Mondarda Didyma Jacob Klein for a while here in his stunning red form. 7 feet tall 1 year. Oh my goodness. Yes, the Mondarda Didyma is the scarlet bee balm. So there's our resident herb expert there, going with the Latin. That's okay, Megan, no problem. Okay, so 60 days to maturity, so we should be able to do that here. And because it's a perennial in zone 3, I think we're fine. Transplant only, sow indoors, 2 seeds per cell, thin to the strongest 1 to 5 weeks before last frost. That's quite a range, 1 to 5 weeks. Harden out the seedlings, transplant after frost 12 inches apart. Rich soil. It says rich soil with full sun grows the healthiest, tallest, and most abundant bee balm. And mulch to reduce the weeds and watering pressure. Harvest the flowers in peak bloom for the medicine. And so I will tell you more about that. But both the scarlet bee balm and the wild bergamot which is the wild version native to the United States. Both species are edible and medicinal, and they have similar properties. So, you know, you could probably get either one. I just might get a red one too, just to have the fun of that. So anyway, some of the medicinal properties is antimicrobial. So it's often used to treat colds and flu. It also has a soothing effect on the digestive tract. It helps to treat indigestion, bloating, and nausea. So it's more than just soothing on the digestive system. It has antispasmodic, I'm having a hard time talking today, antispasmodic properties, and it helps to treat cramps and coughs. So that would be like taking it internally. So externally, you can use it to treat scrapes, stings, and rashes. So it's also nervine. So it has a gentle calming effect on the nervous system, similar to lemon balm. It's used to treat anxiety and stress, especially in sensitive patients like children. So it is, it's just a gentler type of herb in here. So to make tea, you can use the individual petals of the flowers and pull them out easily and dry them to make a beautiful tea. So it's very much like the calendula. You know, I take the heads off and, you know, dry them and then pull the petals off. So you don't want the very center thing, but just you want to just using the petals. In season, you can use them fresh to make a tea. But if you want to dry them, dehydrate them, or hang them or something, you know, to save them in a jar for later on. Balm tea is delicious. Oh, Scott, hello. Hi to Olivia too. Are you guys already on the road? So the tea is a digestive aid that helps relieve nausea, upset stomach, and gas. So like most herbal teas, it takes a little bit longer to steep than a standard black tea. So give it about 15 minutes to steep it. Try 1 tablespoon of dried flower petals or 2 tablespoons of fresh to every cup of water. So if it's something you're going to try to take every day or something, or a lot of people in your family, you're probably going to want to grow quite a bit of it, because if you're taking 1 tablespoon, that's going to go pretty fast. So you're leaving Saturday. Okay. Okay. The water should be just below the boiling point. Don't let it get to the boiling, because herbal flowers are a bit more delicate than teas made with roots or stems. So that is good to know. That's kind of the first I've come across that. I'm sure, Patty, that you've known that all of your life here. So, the area is a lot of clay. Oh, okay. Oh, you guys are in a good conversation, so that's good. Okay, so that's the tea. There's a whole bunch of different things you can make with this. You can make a salve. Again, use the dried flowers, infuse them with oil, let them sit, 3 to 4 weeks or something, then take that oil and you can make a simple salve by thickening it with beeswax. And so they said 1 ounce of beeswax to 8 ounces of oil. So, or the ratio of 1 to 8. However you want to take that, if you want to use a tablespoon, if you want to use a cup, different things like that. Hey, Michigan Daffodil, thanks so much. JB, hello. So anyway, you can make a salve on that. So it's antimicrobial, which is very, very good. And so that would be really good for your skin. There's another thing called an oxymel. And yeah, you know what, Patty, I've seen a lot of other salves that are like 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. as a general thing. So I was a little surprised at the 1 to 8, but that's good to know that that's a better ratio than others. I find that the 1 to 3 is really too soft. I suppose it kind of depends on what you're making with it, though, too. An oxymel is a mix of herbs, vinegar, and honey. So you have your bee balm, your vinegar, and honey. You mix that up, and it's used like a raw cough syrup. And you just take it by the spoonful as an herbal remedy. The effects vary by the herb you choose. So there's elderberry oxymel, which we almost really just call like elderberry syrup because we put honey and all kinds of things in there. But this has a little vinegar in it. Doesn't really give me the ratio. That's something you would have to look at. But so the elderberry one fends off colds and flu. The bee balm oxymel is antimicrobial, again, used as a treatment for colds and congestion. So that's always something good to have on hand, maybe to make in the fall, so that as you approach winter and flu, cold season, you've got something already in your fridge, and it's all ready to go if you have elderberry syrup and bee balm and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah. Okay, well, that's good, Patty. Let's Google. Oh, boy, that's really, yeah. That's weird that it's doing that. Can you divide bee balm? You have some, you think you want to split it. Let me see. Patty, you might need to answer that for me because I did not come across that. I would imagine you could. It's a perennial, and most perennials you can split the plant and replant things. So, thank you, Patty. So, yes. So, so we have the salve, the tea, the oxymel, and we have steams, herbal steams. So you can make like an herbal sachet or something, put it in the steam to help clear your nasal passages. It has a lot of thymol, which is the same thing that they use to make a natural decongestant. So, and then you can add some of the dry herb to a bath, and that would kind of have the same effect. I would think, like, especially if you have a child who's got a cold and really congested and everything, let them soak in a bath of bee balm and everything. That would be really soothing to them. And it's like, it helps to calm them down and it helps to clear them out. So I think that would be a really great thing there. You can make a poultice out of it. So a poultice made from boiled bee balm leaves were historically wrapped in cloth for eye sores, or sore eyes. For sore eyes, headaches, muscle spasms, fungal infections, and under bandages to slow bleeding. So, so you take the leaves. So this is the only time I think that you use the leaves instead of the flowers. So again, able to use all of it. But and here you could dry the leaves and store them in a half-gallon jar or something. Store them with an oxygen absorber in there, or a moisture absorber, so that they can stay nice and dry. Have them on hand so that if you need to make a poultice, just add a little hot water or warm water to them and let them soften up, make a poultice, and you've got your stuff there. So so for sore eyes, headaches, muscle spasms, and fungal infections, it's pretty cool. There's so many things that we can have, aren't there? Oh, man, I'm so sorry. You have some hot spots. They're definitely ice. Megan, they might do that. I don't know. It would be worth checking that out, right? All right, so Alicia's Family Market. So that was the poultice. Now the tincture. So those have properties, again, that help calm the nervous system. So you could fill a jar with bee balm, the flowers and everything, the dried flowers. Cover it with like vodka. It says a neutral alcohol, so like vodka. Store in a cool, dark place for at least a month. Strain it, and you've got your tincture. I like to put them in little bottles with droppers in it, because then you've got the dropper, and then you can just add it to whatever you need. I mean, if you need to add it to a cup of water, or if you need to, put it under the tongue or whatever for the tincture, you've got those. And tinctures, because they're alcohol, they last like forever. But only if you make sure that you use dried flowers. Whenever you're making the oils and the tinctures and stuff, use the dried petals. Don't use fresh raw ones, because there's too much moisture in them and they will rot in there. So you got to make sure that you're using dried ones. Oh, you guys, I'm glad things are trying to come together there. Hey, All Things Acres, hello to you. I haven't tried it yet. This is my first packet of it, so I'm going to grow it. I've got so many more herbs to do this year, so I'm going to have to start planning my garden. I'm almost done with my living room and the dining room and giving it a facelift. So that has gone on about 2 months longer than I planned on it, but once I can get that done, I can go forward on all these other things and my videos and everything. So, it's because you're wild moderators. That's cute. So, you can also make a mouthwash out of it. So, it's a treatment. Bee balm is a treatment for sore throats and mouth sores. The leaves were chewed on battlefields and used for this purpose. To ensure it keeps, add a bit of bee balm tincture to prevent spoilage. So I don't know how, it doesn't say like how long you can keep the leaves. I wouldn't imagine more than probably a couple weeks or something if you pick them, but it might be worth trying to, but they're so tall. I mean, like Patty said, she had one that grew 7 feet tall. You wouldn't want that in your house necessarily. So it's easy to grow. You can't wait to see how it does. Oh, that'd be great. Yay. Thank you, Katrina's sister. Appreciate it. I know, Karen, right? So many things to always do. Oh, and see, I've got to be doing all this work around my regular job and all around family stuff that's happening and all this stuff. So there's just so much going on. Excuse me. All right. So you do mouthwash. And I don't know who's tried this or not, but have you tried? Yes, you're right, Eli. They do make the best tinctures because it's, it does. You get the flavor of the plant coming out, or the fruit, or the flower or something. So it does help. You can make jelly out of bee balm. So it says you can bring out the natural sweetness of bee balm by making a floral jelly. Where's Sean when we need him? He loves making jellies out of flowers and stuff. You can use it on toast or muffins. It can be made using a mix of edible flowers and herbs from your yard if you want to. Like if you wanted to take that and mix it with mint and whatever, some other really good flavorful things that would be really, really delicious. So it's a great way to add a bit of taste of place to your breakfast. I don't know. Julie probably would too. Yeah, and that's a higher proof, so that might that might actually last a little bit longer. You can make a bee balm vinegar. So infuse some petals into raw apple cider vinegar. Again, make sure the petals are dry. To use as medicine or simply add it to salad dressings or marinades. It's supposed to be particularly good on game meats. So there you go, for salads, marinades, and wild game. And for those of you who enjoy this, you can make a mead out of it, out of bee balm. It can be put in a quart jar, add 1 cup of honey to 3 cups of bee balm tea. So you already have to make your tea. And then add the honey to it along with a yeast packet. It's almost like making kombucha, but cute, kind of different ingredients. But anyway, put a yeast packet in there. Allow it to ferment with a mason jar fermentation kit for 6 weeks. And put it in a bottle with the flip top, so that it can build the pressure without breaking and everything. So there are, let me see, I will put this in the, not sure if it's going to be, oh, okay. There's a link there for all the things that I just shared with you. So I don't know, that's gonna be really, really good. So I've been wanting to do it for a while. So I've got lemon balm, but I'm gonna have bee balm. And I just might have to try to get some of the red ones though too. Unless somebody has a couple seeds that they want to share. Oh, so anyway, there's our bee balm stuff. All right, before we go on, I'm just going to go ahead and give you my, they're just like easy, simple garden tip and prep tip things. Garden tip, be patient about putting your seeds in. Wait until after your average last frost date. I know it's really deceptive, like right now, we're in the 60s, and it's like, oh, let's get out and get gardening, get stuff put in. But, we could historically be in 2 weeks. Well, actually, by the end of this week, we're going to be back in the 30s and the 40s for the highs and lows in the 20s. But, we could end up with a couple feet of snow yet by the end of March and even into April. So it all depends on how things go. But be patient. I know it's easy to, after winter, especially after, the cold that everybody experienced this year, to want to get out there and do all that. But there are other things that you can do in the garden. Just be patient with the seeds. I know you do, Julie. I know. Patience. And then a prep tip, this is kind of a repeat, but diversify your stores of food. Have things that you've canned or store-bought canned stuff, but try to can and preserve your stuff. Try to dehydrate some things. Have some freeze-dried foods, and then have some frozen things. So again, I look at what is short-term food that's up to like 12 to 18 months, whatever you have, or even like 6 months, whatever would be in your freezer and in your cupboard is what I consider short-term. Mid-term would be, oh, I know, Vonnie. Oh, you plastic up the windows. I know. I had my door open today, so it was like, ooh. My last frost date, I want to say, is like May 20th, somewhere around there. So I really just make it a rule to wait until Memorial Day to get Memorial Weekend or even June 1st, because then I know the soil is warm enough. Even if the air is warm up to that point, the soil's not going to be warm enough, and that's what it really, really counts. So there's, my dad said the old farmers, I think some of you have heard this before. The old farmers said that you don't plant your corn until you can sit your bare behind in the soil and it's warm. So, and not that we're going to go test it that way, but you just, just wait until it's warm. We have plenty of long days all summer. I mean, we have 15 to 16-hour days at least, sometimes even longer, of sunshine. And so that kind of sun is going to be, it's going to, May 30th is your last frost date. Okay. Yeah. So I give it 70 tomorrow. Wow. I just give it a few more days. I just give it a little more time and just get them out. I mean, last summer I didn't get things out until almost June 10th. And we had an early frost, but things still did really well. I mean, they grew like crazy. Hi, Patty. Oh, that's okay. That's quite all right. So glad to have you here. You flip-flopped hand. Oh, I can't wear flip-flops in the house. That's funny. So anyway, yes, between short-term, like I said, what's in your fridge, freezer, cupboard. Midterm is going to be your canned goods, your dehydrated goods, anything that's like 18 months to 3 years, 3 to 5 years, right in there. And then after that is your long-term storage. It's going to be like your freeze-dried foods and whatever else you can, store up in that way. But diversify everything. If you're doing meat, do different kinds of things with meat, and don't just count on one type. So, so you like to plant the third weekend in May. Okay. I have planted before the beginning of May, and it's like warm and sunny. I'm talking 80s and nice and sunny and everything else. And then we get hit with frost and 2 or 3 weeks of colder weather, and it just the seeds just don't even grow. They just rot in the ground, and they have to replant everything. So it's really just not worth it. Just worth it to wait. Oh wow, Patty, nice, very very nice. All right, so the squash. I am going to be. My plans are. Let's hope this all can happen and come to fruition for me. Depending on my time and energy, hopefully so. I want to do an extra garden, a 16 by 25, out of the backyard of just squash. So I've got, and I don't know why, because I don't have any way to store it really, other than canning a few of it, but I just feel that I'm supposed to grow it and give it away in the fall. So anyway, might sound really strange, but that's where I feel the Lord's leading me to do. And that's okay. If it grows well and I get a whole bunch, then there's a reason for it, right? So anyway, I've got some left over from last year in my butternut squash. And also, these are all winter squashes too. I didn't do all that well with summer squash. I might do 1 or 2 summer squash. I don't know, but these are all winter squash that I'm going to do. So, yeah, they store great. Yep. Awesome. Oh, that's so great, Dave. That's great. This one is, it's also a butternut. No picture, but this one is just like so beautiful. Put that one down here. It is a Lakota squash, and because it was grown by the Sioux and the Sioux Indians, Native Americans, they which are like in North and South Dakota and Minnesota. I figured this is going to be one that's going to be really good for here. The sprouts in 5 to 10 days. It doesn't really say how long it takes. It probably does in the book, but I did go through all of my sources and really, really look to see. I wanted to make sure they were 90 days or less, preferably closer to the 75-day to maturity type of things. So, but these are just so cute, aren't they? They it says they're flame red with green, sweet, fine-grained, nutty tasting flesh. No, the flesh isn't green. It's just red and green on the outside. So I think that those are going to grow well. There's another one that's kind of on the same color. Actually, it's Iran squash, and Julie, I think you picked out some of these too, but these are some other ones that are going to be they says they are great for the northern climates. So that's why I'm trying to get some that are more cold hardy. Here's a baby green Hubbard winter squash. Oops, there you go. Baby green Hubbard. Sorry, it's glossy because I have to take the pictures out of the book and tape them on there. But there's another small one. I want to squash are easy to do. These are 5 to 7 pounds. Winter squash for pies, desserts, soups, and purees. So it's apparently very sweet. They're 10 inches wide. Ooh. And that's a baby one, 10 inches wide. Here is a golden nugget winter squash, like that. And they are 1 to 2 pounds per fruit. So these are little small ones. It is commonly turned into pie. It's got edible seeds, shoots, and flowers. But they're 1 to 2 pounds of fruit. So if you like Hubbard, they're hard to cut. Good to know. Good to know. Here's another one. It's kind of the same as this sunshine hybrid winter squash. And let me see. It doesn't say a whole lot on the back here. And I guess your typical acorn squash. These go really well. I know a lot of people this is pretty much what we see at the grocery store up here. Hubbard squash was used for canned pumpkin by Bird's Eye Canning. Oh, well, that's good to know. And then we have the Burgess Buttercup. So, sorry about the glare. Burgess Buttercup Squash. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different squashes. And because these are winter squash, they're going to be like going all over and binding all over. And so I'm like, I'm hoping that a 16 by 25 foot spot is going to be big enough. But I'm also going to have to guard from rabbits and gophers. So if anybody has any hints with all that, I was thinking of putting like some chicken wire around for the rabbits. But and then I'm planting a bunch of other things mixed in with the other flowers mixed in with them that are supposed to repel the gophers and as well as squash bugs and all kinds of other things. So I have to go back and do my research, figure out which ones those are. But I have a lot of flowers that are going to be specifically pest resistant type of things. So if you find a trick to cutting Hubbard, make a video. Okay. Oh, They're that hard. Oh my goodness. Okay. White Kusha. Okay. Thank you, Ray. We appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna do. I have the ground. What do you call it? Ground cover? The it's a felt backed tarp type of. Oh, I'm drawing a blank on the word. You know what I'm talking about. But yes. So I'm using that and then just making the holes in it and stuff like that. So I've got 100 feet of 4-foot roll, so that'll go back there. Funny videos on how not to cut one. Oh, that's probably good. Hi, G. Gasper. G. Casper, sorry. You wrapped your squash vines with foil when you planted them. Oh, that's a good idea. Everybody, that's a great tip. Hi, heirloom for culture. John, if I built snowmen, rabbits prefer carrots. Okay. Oh, that's funny. Thanks for coming in, you guys. The chicken net around the garden, electric one, will keep bunnies out. Okay. A hatchet? Who said that about a hatchet? Was that for the squash? Oh, there you go, the squash. Probably have to put it like in a the container. Oh, we could get one of those the stands that they use. The wrought iron stands for splitting wood, putting a piece of wood in there and making like your kindling wood and stuff like that. You could just put the squash in there and just like hit it with a sledgehammer or something. And there you go. That would split your squash really well. And we are chopping hands off you. I know, Megan, how it went downhill, right? Hi, Debbie Carmi. Hello. Oh, you guys. Rabbits seem easy with chicken and fence with the ground animals. Ate all my carrots. Oh, yeah. I've been very comfortable inside my fenced-in garden that I haven't had, anything bothering stuff in there. So just hoping that, I don't know, we'll see what gets, I'd like to get out ahead of it before finding out I have problems, then trying to figure out what to do with it. So one guy on YouTube tossed off his stray duck. Oh, cleaver, no machete. Julie, you got a machete? He's a chainsaw with a brand new blade. Oh my gosh. Oh. Angela has her own machete. Yeah. Sometimes that's what it takes. Have you ever tried to crack open black walnuts? I don't know how the squirrels do it, but because they come off the tree round with this whole nice padding around it, this green padding. You peel that off and it's like an inch thick or something, and you've got this black walnut inside this shell. And I tell you what, sometimes not even a hammer can break that thing open. They're so hard. Oh, tough customer. Bandsaw, oh my goodness. You've done walnuts once. Yes, Dave. Neighbor, the one that was abandoned there for a long time, he had black walnut trees, and every year I get the squirrels bring them in here and stuff. But there was one year that while the gentleman was still alive and living over there, he he let us pick a bunch of them, and the girls were much younger, and we spent I don't know, at least a whole afternoon just trying to open up like a bucket of them, and it was like no, No more. This is it. We're not doing it again. Roast the squash in the oven and the skin falls and peels off. That's how you bake and take away the skin. So you bake it with the seeds in it and everything then? You planted litter boxes in the holes. Now the snow is gone. Hi, Grandpa's Farm. Yes, they do leave everything stained too. It's a gorgeous color, but oh my goodness. So if you're wondering why black walnut stain is so expensive or anything black walnut, believe me, you're getting a good deal. Oh, yes, Dave, exactly. You run the black walnuts over with a car? Does that work? You've harvested beech nuts too? Oh my goodness. You can a lot of your squash. Okay. Oh, that's interesting, Carl. Makes you itch. Huh. Yes, walnut ink is beautiful. And the stain is absolutely gorgeous too. So that must be Mac, the Southern Bless Homestead. Hey, Teresa. Hello. No worries. No worries. So glad to have you here. Walnut ink is beautiful. It really is. So what do we have here? Yep, John. You know what? Mac has made his own bed with all of that. Oh, goodness sakes. Well, thanks, Dave. Yeah, the wood splitter. I think, do you guys know the ones I'm talking about? They stand probably, I don't know, 1.5 feet high or something, 15 inches. And they're round, and they have a stationary splitter in the middle, so that it when you put the wood on it, you just you can use like another piece of wood to bang the wood down or something, but it splits it going down rather than trying to split kindling wood with an axe and worried about that. So I mean, even kids can do this. I was just thinking, it's like, wow, you could just put the squash in there and just bang it down and just rinse it, hose it down after you're done. But I think that would work out really great. Splitting maul, actually, yep. Picked up the squash, dropped on the counter just for a break. Oh my goodness, yep. John's actually working surprise. Oh, you guys are getting each other here. Hey, Bub. It gets the outer shell off without staining your finger. Okay. I missed something there. I'll have to go back and look at that. Sounds like you have a good tip. Use the walnut hull in the water to stun fish. Yeah, I know. Some areas, though, Lynn, that's illegal to do that. Same with using mullein to kind of like, to stun the fish, to kind of make them, they're still aware, but it just like, it's like a nerve thing for them or something. Hey, Garden State Gardener, hello. Autumn blasting doesn't further. Between hard shell squash and black walnuts, you guys, we're just getting a lot of great ideas here for blasting food. It's like, oh my goodness. Oh, the heel of a boot works too. I think you need to have like steel heel boots or something. Hey, Brett, hello. Don't end my stream just yet. Oh, okay, because you're here. I know that the Stivers are on now, so, but hey, Joe Morgan. Northern Girl Hobbies, hi. Not So Remote Alaska, hello. Faithful Prepper. Goodness, all of a sudden we got a whole bunch of people in. Oh, okay, sounds great. Firefly Farm, Farm, sorry. Firefly Farm. Welcome. John 13:7. Welcome. Scotland. Yay. Pam. Hello. Leslie. It's not a raid. It's a bomb. Okay, like photobomb. This is like YouTube bombed or something. America First. Hello. Thanks for coming in. Wendy. Hi. Oh my goodness, Kat, hello, Hava, 6-shooter. Hey, Sean. Thank you so much. That was very sweet of you to send everybody here. Thank you. Really appreciate that. And we are just finishing up. But yeah, Stivers are on at this point, and Freedom Homestead, I believe, will be on a little bit later. So the Harvey, hello. Dylan, hello. Oh, you guys, thank you so much. And, if you can, go back and listen to it. Listen to the replay when it comes in. So, Faithful Prepper, hello. Harvey Black, hi. Thank you guys so much. Yep, time to go make dinner. Well, I appreciate everybody coming in and all of you guys. So, are there some Canadians? Yes, there are Canadians in the room. Absolutely. And get quite a few. Oh, Alicia, you're back under your name. So you guys, thank you so much for coming. And think about growing squash. Think about definitely growing bee balm, all the things you can do with it. And add that to your medicinal arsenal. And I think because of the gentleness of it, very, very good to have for kids, especially. So anyway, some funny stuff here. Yeah. Hey, Will Spain Hollow, hello. Oh, Julie, thank you so much. All right, guys, thank you for coming in. Sean, thank you for sending all your people over here. That was very sweet of you. And you guys take care. God bless. Always have hope, and we will see you next Monday. All right, take care. Bye-bye.